Guess who's back? Back
Yeah.
again.
We are back.
We are back. Tell a friend.
And your enemies.
Depending on who your enemies are, don't tell them. I'm not battling with anybody. We're back.
Welcome, TurnUp crew, TurnUp family, stand up.
Yep, we're here. My name remains DJ OP, or what I'm popularly known as is DJ OP, your sound whisperer.
And I am Yemi, the TurnUp MC, ultimate catalyst, specially ordered just for you.
All right, awesome. All right, so I have some vendor trivia.
Okay,
This
okay.
should be fun.
Let's have it.
We'll start with an easy one.
Okay.
You should get this one. All right. So the first question is, which wedding vendor is typically booked first by most couples?
Oh, probably the wedding planner.
No, let me give you options. I'll give you options for this. DJ, photographer, venue, florist.
Oh, venue.
Yeah, I mean, they say vendor, you typically think of a person,
Yeah.
but I guess the venue is also a
Yeah.
vendor. Yeah, you're absolutely right. 9 to 12 months in advance.
Nice.
Yeah. All right. Out of the following vendors,
Mhm.
which one is probably gonna stay all the way till the end of the wedding reception?
Definitely DJ.
Out of the following, I'll give you DJ's not here, but yeah, we know DJ stays almost all the way to the end. But we have photographer, planner, florist, makeup artist.
Definitely not florist. Definitely not makeup artist.
Yep.
Say photographer, planner.
Mhm.
Probably planner.
Planner, you're
Yeah.
absolutely right. Yeah. Planner typically should stay to the end of
Yeah.
everything to make sure everybody's got out of the beginning. Actually,
Yeah.
because venues usually have a hard copy
Yeah.
at some point. All right, next question is, what percentage of couples hire a professional wedding photographer? The options are 40, 55, 70%, 90%.
I'll go with 90.
Yeah, absolutely correct. Most people will hire a professional photographer. Some might not hire videographers. We see a lot of weddings now that they just have photographers.
Yeah.
They don't care about the video like that. So they substitute with the content creator. Let's see. Let's get a little tougher. All right. What is the most popular flower used by wedding florists in bridal bouquets? The options are rose, orchid, baby's breath, and peony. As I say, PEONY.
Not roses. Not orchard. Peony.
Final answer?
Yes.
Natural rose.
Rose.
Yep.
Or wedding.
Yep.
Bouquet.
Yeah.
Huh.
The most popular flower used in the bouquet. Like, it might be one of them, but it's typically
because
almost in there. Almost in there.
Because I'm like, wow. Roses. Like you hardly see that.
Yeah. I mean, not full of roses.
Yeah, exactly. Because most time it's always it's not rose, yeah.
Yeah. I get you though.
Yeah.
Last two questions. The funny one. I disagree with this one. The one where they typically tip the list, but still greatly appreciates it. So you have the caterer, florist, photographer, the DJ.
Tip the list.
Yeah.
Definitely the caterer now. Florist.
Oh, yeah, actually, you're right. Sorry, my bad.
Yeah.
In my mind, I was thinking DJ.
No.
And
Because the chances for florist and caterer to even get tipped is 0.1%.
actually, no, I disagree.
To be tipped on that day,
I disagree.
I'm not saying DJs get tipped though. I'm not saying photographers get tipped.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying they have a lesser chance of getting tipped.
I'll tell you why I disagree.
Mm-hmm.
Like, a lot of times, like, you get in there, like, couple will get in there, like, for in my opinion, for like the florist. They're like, oh, it's so beautiful, it passed my expectation, and all of that. I'm like, oh yeah, we need to give extra because this person did, more than my expectation. That's my opinion. And then for the caterer, when people compliment them and say, oh, the food was really nice, I'm like, it's the caterer that made this happen. These are all my opinions. Yeah, so they feel like, the caterer did their job, so we should add a little bit extra. Now, I think it's really hard for the photographer to get tipped on that day because they're still going to go back to like edit the pictures and all that. It takes some time before they actually deliver, but they are collecting their money.
And they've lost that
they've lost that momentum, euphoria and all of that, So I think it's extreme, in my opinion. It's extremely hard for the photographer to get it, unless you're like a good photographer that has been carrying the couple along, making them feel comfortable, making jokes, like even in the from the getting ready and all of that. You don't do your thing. You're a people's person.
Yeah, but that also is not making it difficult because they already have their own moments too as well.
True.
Everybody got their cards.
I think that one happens even earlier in the day. So late at night, they've already even forgotten.
Who will not forget bouquet, whatever stuff.
Yeah, true. But I think on this list, actually, I think the DJ should be the easiest to get tipped. And it's quite surprising why we don't get tipped as much as we're supposed to, because we're the final thing that happened in the day. So like we are right at the top of mind when people are actually bringing out the tips. Like it's real funny. It's real funny when, to me, if they don't tip the DJ, then I just assume that they didn't tip other vendors, or I really saw that's what I assume. Because if you're going to tip anybody at the end of the night, I think the DJ stays top of the priority. And even people that weren't going to tip but they see how much fun they had, typically change their minds. Now the ones that we like the most are the ones that have already put the tip on envelopes and all that, and address.
You know what you are.
That's a sweet one.
You know who you are. They know themselves. I appreciate you.
They know themselves. Like it showed me that even from our previous discussion,
they just
don't know say that.
Just been loving us.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, and well, I mean, not that we're talking about it because we're talking about tips, and we don't go into an event with the mindset of they must tip us. We don't have that. We don't expect it. We don't require it. We don't assume. But when we get it, it's a surprise.
Yeah.
And we appreciate it.
Yeah.
So, but that's just.
And no matter how small, like typically, like when we get it, it's like, man.
It means a lot to us.
Yeah.
Yeah, we do appreciate it. We're not expecting it. So we don't assume, we don't expect, we don't ever ask to be tipped. Because we've been paid for a job. For the job, But it is what it is.
But with that being said, I think it's as a client, it's a good thing. I've talked about this in one of my videos too. It's a good thing to, like, if your vendors do a good job, it's a good thing to tip your vendors. Like, keep it top of mind. It's just like when you go to a restaurant in America. When you go to a restaurant, like, people say, oh, the waiters, they earn little because of they think people will tip them and stuff like that. But if your vendors do a good job, nothing stops you from tipping them. What is the one thing? See, that's supposed to be like a one-time event for wedding in your life. And if somebody really made the day even more special, that's the one time I think you should tip somebody. If someone drives you from like on a 4-hour trip, you probably want to tip them. If your Uber driver does that, or someone delivers your food from 3 hours away, you probably want to tip them. So why not the person that controlled your event as the MC, and the person that brought fun to your event and made people dance and full of excitement? Why wouldn't you want to tip them? If they did that for several hours in a row, why wouldn't you want to tip them? That's my own view. Now, like Yemi said, it's not mandatory. No. Whether you tip or you don't tip, Yes. Yeah. We're not going. I never go into an event expecting a tip, but I also really respect the whole community.
Mm-hmm.
I really respect them because I know you saw the value and you want to make me know that you saw the value. It's not really about money.
Yeah.
Typically, I think one of my best tips that I've received was less than $50, and I really appreciated it. And I've gotten tips up to $1,000 before, so it's not that I didn't appreciate the $1,000. Don't get me wrong,
Dude, you appreciated $1,000.
no, I didn't appreciate it, but it's just there was just some thoughtfulness with that less than $50 one. All right, let's go to our root topic for the day. That took a little bit, but let's go to our root topic for the day, which is marriage responsibilities and gender roles. So what are your, let me put you on the spot. Let's scatter some tables here. What are typical men roles in marriage and typical women roles? And can some of these things be interchanged? And why? If they can be interchanged, why?
Okay, given the fact that when we're talking about gender roles, we're talking about traditional roles, right? Because the world is evolving now, and people are very, everybody has ideas and
Everybody's woke.
how things should. Everybody is woke. I don't know if we've been sleeping before. I don't know what the idea is, but we're looking at traditional values, traditional cultures, and things like that. A traditional man and a traditional woman. I think maybe that's the area that we lean or we were towards. So there's some rules that naturally a man will play, and you will just assume that role. Let's say, for example, maybe you want to change oil in the car. I'm not going to ask my wife to go do oil change.
Well, I can totally do oil changes
if she wants to.
Yeah.
But naturally, you assume that role. Like, it's just. So for me.
Sorry to interject there, but I'll tell you why my wife does oil changes. My wife is a very driven, like, schedule-driven person.
Yeah.
So she'll book the appointments, and it's not like she's physically changing anything.
Yeah.
She's just driving the car there. And typically, not that she's free with her life, she has a job and so many things that she's doing. But typically, she's more opportune to like get the car to the service at the less than I. Like, like doing like working hours. I can't follow. Typically, she's able to like, because of the kind of job she does, be flexible with things like that, and she can take it there at like 10 a.m. on Tuesday, that kind of thing. So typically she does that. So, but back to you, I just wanted to put that in there.
So I'm sure there's some traditional role that from. Okay, so I think that's the only one that I see. Wait, I mean, like you said, anybody can do that. So I don't really know. Okay, try. Okay, now let me see. Let's be very realistic now.
Let me give you some. Let me give you some. You tell me if it's the husband or wife that should do this cooking. Traditionally,
yes, the ladies do the cooking. Now, natural world or whatever stuff, be like the kitchen is not for one person and blah blah blah. Yes, that's true, and that's why. Conversation is always nice to have conversation before marriage, because that way everybody knows their expectation.
Yes.
I feel like the feminism thing is getting too extreme, that there's no balance to it, because people fail to understand that men are naturally feminist.
Explain that.
Because a man that is not a feminist naturally would not marry.
I beg to differ there.
Because, see, there's some aspects. Because if it's recognizing the a woman, right? Recognizing the ability of a woman, recognizing the place a woman plays.
So men don't. So men don't.
Yes.
So men just go into marriage I'm just
same way as a woman.
Yeah.
So that works perfectly.
Yeah.
That works in those cases. But I'm just looking at a sane man. A sane man would be natural feminine.
Yeah.
Yes. for when you when you talk about cooking now, for example, now this is a practical role in my own family, right? For me, I'm not really big on cooking.
Mm-hmm. I know.
I'm not really big on cooking. I don't really know how to cook. Now, prior to marrying my wife,
True confessions.
Prior to marrying my wife, I literally told her like I don't know how to cook, and I'm not really big on cooking.
Mm-hmm.
Is this something you're okay with?
Mm-hmm.
Because some people feel like I can change you, or you will change, or you should be able to. You also have to you also have to respect some things about your partner.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a testament of. There's something that my wife don't like to do that I would not force her to do. Right. So, for example, the way I'm an extrovert in nature, my wife is not. You know, but I would still meet her halfway.
Yes.
You understand? I will not try to change her into being an extrovert, because it will not work.
It won't work.
So you have to understand that fact. So I don't like cooking. I don't like to cook. You know, but I will be with you in the kitchen. I would help you cut stuff. I will help you do other things. But to mix it all together to make food, count me out of it. You understand? So I don't like. So another person will hear I don't like to cook and be like, oh, so the lady should just be sleeping out in the kitchen, you know, and miss that other part of the point that I'm supporting.
Yes.
But not just. You understand?
Supporting staff is big.
It's highly
underrated.
It's highly underrated. You know, I would do every other thing, but to cook it, put it together, I would not. So does that mean I'm not supportive? But people hear that and will run with it.
Yeah.
And be like, he wants a slave, he wants a maid, blah blah blah, and things like that. You know.
I actually remember when your wife was saying that you haven't cooked or whatever since you guys got married, and then we continue talking, and you talked about this whole supporting, cutting up the things and everything, and I was like, but that's most of the work. To be honest, that's most of it. If he's always there helping out. In fact, both of you are cooking at that point. You are just the arranger. One person
is the person
doing the prep and all of that.
Because she'll tell me, cut the tomatoes, cut the onions, blend the oil, cut the meat, do all that. Cut the vegetables. I don't have a problem with that. But now tell me to come and stir something, come and cook some. It's like you're just killing me.
I think, like, when it comes to cooking, our own dynamic, my wife doesn't really like cooking. She cooks more than I cook. I'd say way more than I cook. But like every once in a while, I think we started with, 1 day a week, I'll be the one to cook. Because I don't mind cooking myself. I really don't mind cooking. And if it's things I like to cook, I don't mind cooking. But like normally, like, she just gravitates towards cooking more, even though she doesn't like it. I tell you one thing, like, my wife doesn't like is like washing toilet. Like the toilet bowl and all of that, she has some PTSD with it. She doesn't like it. So like before we started getting cleaners to clean our house and all of that, like I used to have to be the one to wash the toilets because she doesn't like it. And it's not like I enjoy it, but I can tolerate it more than she can. And like some traditional things that we do, for instance, is like my wife would take care of like all the decoration, more than 90% of decoration inside the house. Like how inside of the house looks.
Most ladies do.
Most ladies do. And it's not because it's a gender thing or anything. She just wants...
They're just more homely.
Yeah, she just wants to do that. And meanwhile, I typically take care of most things outside of the house. Yard work, all this kind of thing. And it's just our natural skills. And things like that. Like I told you about, my wife is the one that does the servicing because she's more opportune. She has like she has more chance. If there's a maintenance thing around the house, it's probably me that is going to answer it first because I have more skills in that department. Even though my wife likes putting things together and stuff like that, but like when it comes down to it,
putting things together, I have low patience for it. My wife is the one that if you want to kill me, just buy something from Amazon and say let's and assemble. I cannot assemble jack. When I say put P1 in G2,
you know, P1 in G2 is wild.
That stuff is crazy. Like, but he can assemble anything. Right now, we've got a bookshelf, right? I just got in last week. This week. He's still there. He's still there in the box. I'm waiting
Look at it.
For when she'll come and sit down with it. But I'll be there, but to say you just tell me where to put it. But for me to God, no.
Yeah. But
you just kill me.
But that's the thing. Know your strength.
Know your strength.
And there is no, it doesn't have to be a particular kind of way. If you are gifted in something else, that is typically a woman's job. I know I have friends, I even have family that they cook like the guys cook more than the women. It's just the way it is. You know, they enjoy it, they like it. It is what they are freer. You know, it is what it is. Do what you have to do. I have one question for you. Finances. Who should handle it?
Oh, I think anybody can handle finances. Whoever is more financially I don't think it's a test of financial okay. I think it matters who because in most cases there's always someone between both couples that kind of sees it as their bread and butter, that they have the spreadsheet in their minds. So and in some cases you're lucky that both of you are, but it's always, there's always going to be the spender and the saver to a certain degree. Because we need both. Because if you're always the saver, then nothing will get done in the house. Right? And there always has to be a balance in the family. Yeah, I know you've said it severally that your wife is kind of like the one that's got the sheet and everything. Exactly. You know, so for me, I'm the one handling that one as well. So but when it comes to buying things, something needs to be bought. He's my wife, because he left to me. We are okay. You understand? We are okay. But she's the one that will let me know that we need to get this stuff done. We need to do this stuff. But when she brings it to me, and then I will scale it in order of priority. I look at, this is one way you can do this one right now. We'll move this one to next month. We'll move. You understand? But left to me, nothing will get done. So we need to do that balance.
Yeah, I think that with finances, I don't subscribe to. Well, I'm not in agreement with, like, and I know personally I should do this better, but I'm not in agreement that one person should drive 100% of the finances. Like, and I heard this thing before, and it made a lot of sense to me. Why do companies have like their quarterly earnings meetings that talk about finances? Because they want to see where they can improve on, where they can go, and where they can cut costs and things like that. The same kind of thing should apply to your marriage.
Oh yeah.
You should be meeting, looking at your finances, not just casual discussions. And I need to get better at this, because most of the conversations we have about finances is casual discussions, and I don't really care about it. We should meet, look at it, open all your accounts. How much do we have in our savings? How much do we have here? Where are big expenses? Both parties should be thinking about that.
Yeah,
I think that is absolutely crucial. You shouldn't just leave one person with that headache. And as I'm saying this, there are so many moments that come into my head of where I could have done better, or where I can be doing better. So I think that one should be, someone can drive it, but it shouldn't be like a totally hands-on, whatever you say, just make all the decisions on everything.
Oh no, that one's not even good. Yeah, you have to talk about it, and then know where you need to work on, or bills that need to pay. I think maybe in that aspect, it's just kind of the person managing it just because of maybe like the person is the one paying the bills. So if you're paying the bills, you already know what time something needs to get done. But I'm sure some major decisions that need to be made you still have conversation.
Yeah, of
But
course.
there's some bills that are always gonna be, this bill is due. I gotta, make sure that we don't overspend so that we can, that kind of
make
thing.
sure we
we accommodate.
and
Yeah.
we're still reaching our savings goals and all of that.
Exactly.
I feel like that being said, in general,
Do you know that there's some couples that don't mix money?
oh well, yeah, severally, several.
Is it right?
I can't tell you what to do with your marriage. That's my own thing. I can't tell you, hey, mix, don't mix. Everybody knows how they work out things.
Yeah.
I can only tell you how I do things, how it's worked. And that was one of the things that I had to learn on my own, because my parents didn't mix their money growing up.
Same here.
Yeah, I had to learn that part of my on my own. Is if I'm going into something with somebody and I'm wanting to put in my 100% of what I have and all I am into it, money is part of it.
Oh yeah,
It's definitely part of it. So I wouldn't. I like I said, I'm speaking for myself. Anybody can. I've seen it work out so many different ways.
yeah.
But for me, is you have to, and I see people do hybrids. We are going to contribute this percentage of our salaries to the general pot, or maybe as the man, you take care of all the bills. And you guys can call us broke or stingy at this point, but this is practical life here.
Yeah.
In a country like America that we live in, money, bills, and those things come at you really fast.
Really fast.
So you have to have a strategy, as to how you're going to actually scale up, or pay your bills and also do your investments. Being able to afford the things you need to do. So I feel like in order for that to happen, both people have to be transparent. I know couples that the wife doesn't know how much the husband earns. I know couples that the husband lies about what he makes because he wants to be seen more of provider. I mean, I can't even lie because my wife has all my things. She can enter
anything
anywhere.
You're on
my
my account.
Even for account, I never open. She don't get password. She, sometimes I have a personal account, and sometimes like I'm owing the house. When I say the house, I'm talking about our marriage. I'm owing the house money. Like, let's say I spent some money on some like DJing stuff that I need to pay back. Like, I have to just go in there and transfer it from my personal account because she has the passwords. There's no need to be wasting time there. So I feel like what we practice is together. People have several different hybrids of it, which works. People feel like they need their own personal money to be able to spend on whatever without questions asked. I get it. That's all cool. But at the same time, I feel like, except when it comes to surprises, like when you're trying to surprise somebody, like it's so hard for me to surprise them. Extremely difficult for me to surprise my wife because my wife did monitor account like like maybe 4 times a day. She don't check all the account. So like it's extremely hard. But besides that, I think that's one of the big cons of having like a fully joint thing.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Because you already share your body, your life with this person. What's finance?
Yeah. I was gonna say, like, in general, like having a review of your marriage. I know some people that do it on a weekly basis. I know some people do it on monthly, quarterly, whatever it is. Even if it's once a year. Having a constant review of your marriage in all aspects. I know my brother does this. He sits down with his wife and they ask themselves, rate me on a scale of 1 to 10 in the last, so say they do it every month. Rate me on a scale of 1 to 10. How have I been towards you? A scale of 1 to 10. And they will actually give themselves. If it's a high number, thank you. Why did I get a high number? If If it's a lower than expected number, why did I get a lower than expected number? This is where communication comes in.
Yeah.
Then both of you cannot communicate. You're not fighting at that point.
Yeah.
You're actually sharing honest feedback. Why did I get this number? What did I do? And there's no time to be defending yourself. Like that's the person's feeling towards you. That's the person's feeling towards you. Take it and figure out how you can do better. So I think that's a good thing. And even some subjects like frequency of sex, for instance, these are conversations that should be had. We have a goal.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. A goal has to be met. I was asking
my friends this question a few months ago. Like, we have a goal. How are we doing towards that goal? What stopped us from reaching that goal? Did we hit our goal? How can we do better next quarter? As a company that we are, how can we do better next quarter?
We do better.
Same with finances.
Yeah.
We had a goal. We're supposed to save this amount this month, this quarter. Why didn't we reach it? What do we do different? How can we do better? What can we do better? I think it's absolutely essential.
Yeah, it's a valid.
Keep reevaluating, looking for feedback. Nobody say we've been married a long time, or it's just
it's just something we'll come to realize.
I know that we are gurus, that we're doing these things religiously. We have board in our rooms and stuff like that. But
that says talk to you.
but that's kind of like the goal. If you want something to succeed, you have to
keep at it.
Keep at it and making intentional moves towards it.
Yeah,
I learned a lot.
Pastor Madrid. I think I watched one sermon about Pastor Madrid, and she was saying that if your bed is not shaking, your marriage will shake.
That's a good one.
For those that don't understand, we'll leave it at that for you. Ask somebody.
Yeah. Ask somebody.
Someone will comment on it in the comment section.
No, for real though. I think this was a good conversation.
Yeah, that was a good one.
Yeah, thank you for tuning in.
Thank you so much, guys. It was always a pleasure having you guys, tuning in and watching and subscribing and liking and sharing and commenting. We really, really appreciate it so much. Thank you for supporting the brand.
Yep.
We appreciate it.
Till next time, I remain DJ OP.
And I am Yemi, the TurnUp MC.
Bye for now.
Bye for now, guys. Cheers.